Greetings everybody, it's me Knight, and I'm gonna be making hopefully a brief video on spiritual encounters, things that I've seen from my experiences, and maybe y'all relate to it. When I mean by encounters, anywhere from ghosts, your ancestors, angels, but this is mainly a video about a word of like caution. So whether you are a regular person who doesn't believe in anything, or you're a Christian, or you're a pagan, um, it's something I want to bring up. It's more about like safety, because like lately I've been meeting people where I don't want to force my beliefs on people, but this is not about a belief. This is what I know. I'm not even gonna claim this is a belief. I'm gonna say it again. This is what I know and what I see. It's not about what I read. It's what I see. Um, is that yeah, we have angels and stuff like that, but certain people have ancestors or spirits around them. They can be kind of neutral, good or bad, if they choose to be, because every soul has free will. So of course, I'm pretty sure all you guys probably know about past lives, life regressions, life reviews, judgment. And if you are a person who's still more in the religious aspect of life, thinking of heaven or hell, I'm about to tell you something that needs to hopefully wake you up. There's some spirits that are still on earth. It's not because they're going through any type of pain or suffering. It's a choice. And so from what I've seen, the omnipresent force, yes, you are presented with a life review when you pass and all these things, but there are certain souls that decide to stay on earth. Excuse this lawn more out here, but they decide to stay out here on earth to protect earth or guide. Just like how you have earth angels, like angels are on earth watching over us humans and nature, you have spirits, right? So I give you an example of me, right? A lot of y'all might not know this, all right? I'm mixed, right? And I'm not just talking out my butt. I have a lot of Native American bloodline. I have inheritance. I have land in 3 different states here in America. I have land in Alabama, I have land in South Carolina, and I have land in North Carolina, right? Inheritance, all right? A lot of acres. I also have European in my bloodline, not because of slavery, but because people actually married into my family that were Caucasian. They actually were on a boat and they came here a long time ago, way in the 1800s. They like traveled here and then they all integrated. So the reason I'm saying this because in my visions and also in my room, I've seen Caucasian spirits, I've seen black spirits, I've seen Indian spirits, but they're all connected to me and they all help me, right? Now, certain spirits are very nice, very kind. Some of them are very standoffish, whether it be ancestor or even past life spirits they help. And the reason I'm bringing this up is you guys are the same way. Even if you're just pure European or just pure African American, whatever you are, you might have predominantly black or European ancestors around you. Certain ancestors come here with certain energy, right? Some of them are here to guide you. Some of them are just standoffish, just watch over you. And some actually intervene and go after people, right? They can appear in people's dreams. I've seen it for myself. I've seen, for example, women I've dated, I've seen certain figures that are connected to them show up in my dreams. And for example, I remember this girl I was dating. I saw an image of her grandfather, and it's not because I saw the image, I just know. And he passed away, and then she's always around him because she's always speaking about him. And then I had a vision about him. It was real cordial, really nice. And so the same way it came to me nice, I do know for a fact that spirits can come, right? And so I just saying this because, again, I've encountered people, like real people on earth and in my city, where they feel like spirits can't do anything to you. Like they can't really touch you. To a certain extent, yes, but certain spirits are very powerful. And I'm not just talking about like demons and angels. Like, I'm seriously, guys. Like how we talking about raising your vibration. Whenever you pass away, whatever vibration you're in, you carry that with you, and you might be able to do even more powerful things in the spiritual realms. And however you pass on, that's where you're going. Okay, so say if you identify as some type of shaman or mage or witch, you might end up being with like-minded spirits, and so you can come back, and if God allows it, or whatever source you believe in allows it, or your free will allows you to come back to help certain spirits, ancestors, or even friends. Like, God bless my friend New Love. He's come to me in many visions trying to help me out. And he's a European, Caucasian guy. He was in the Navy with me when I was in the service. And he guides me from time to time. It just makes sense to you. I didn't ask for him to come. He just showed about his own free will, right? And it might be hard for y'all to believe this, but that's why I'm saying y'all got to wake up. right? You can't take everything off of face value and also everything you read. Right, everybody keeps talking about end times, end times. These souls are still rampant. A lot of people in America, in case y'all don't know, there's a lot of places where, how can I say, when this place was colonized, that they took from Native Americans, and people end up missing, people end up dying. There's a lot of stories, y'all can look it up, and they might think it's just a coincidence. No, there's spirits. I'm telling you right now, there's cursing, of what we would call cursing, but they're not really cursing, it's like protecting, and maybe people have nightmares, pretty much making things shake in the house, making lights flicker on. It's not a demon, it's spirits that don't want you in the house, guys. They're so stuck to the material world that they don't want to leave here, either for protecting the home or the land, or they just don't like you, or they're just not happy how they ended up passing away. There's a numerous amount of reasons why spirits act weird, right? So you need to be mindful of that. You can do all the praying in the world. It doesn't mean that all spirits are going to be able to leave, because your intentions, your power might not be strong enough. It might be your karma to experience that. So you might be wondering, why is your angels not doing anything? It's your karma. It doesn't mean necessarily you're a bad person, but it was something you're meant to see and take it as a lesson and grow from it to learn. It's like you're indirectly learning about the spirit world without them telling you. You're learning through your sight or your vision. So you go to a hotel, you go to a room, you're traveling, you go in different countries, you start feeling different energies that you didn't feel in your country. It was meant for you to feel that. Recognize the signs, right? I'm not here to sugarcoat nothing, and I'm speaking off of facts. I was on the Navy boats. Navy boats was hunted. All right, I've seen spirits. I've seen them run around. I saw a spirit hit my my rack when I was laying down on my bed. Hit my bed on my ship. It's like literally 4 or 5 years ago. So like, and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of my fellow shipmates and sailors and military guys out there that have seen spirits, and they're not even as intuitive as me. They just see it. And I've been in Texas. I've seen cowboys walking down the street that don't even belong in 2024. Spirits from like the 1700s, 1800s. So I'm telling you, the stuff is real. And don't think that every spirit is just nice. And don't think just because everything is not nice, that is strictly a demon. You gotta understand there are earth souls that were humans that are just not happy, right? Or they just want to tease you and taunt you because they think it's fun, because they realize how much power they have on the spirit world. You guys gotta wake up. It's more than some type of heaven and hell, evil versus good. You're meant to be on earth, right, on this duality plane, to learn how to find balance, to ascend to the higher octaves of heaven, heavenly states, or whatever you believe is the heavenly state. That's it, and evolve. And if you don't, you're going to end up possibly coming back here either by choice or divine's will to push you back down here until you learn your lessons, so you can actually just stay up there. Right? And the purgatory that you would see, from my personal perspective, what I've seen is the lack of love for yourself and the lack of love you shown to other people and how you treated people. Right? And then it will reflect in your purgatory state, if you want to believe in the purgatory state, which is your own nightmare, meaning you being aligned with other like-minded spirits that might have suffered. So if you're depressed and you hurt yourself, you're going to probably end up with other souls that hurt themselves, right? I hope this makes sense. If you are beating people up, you might end up in a realm where people are always getting beaten up. It's like a purgatory state. So when people back in the day in ancient Greece were having these visions of Dante's Inferno, that's what it's like. It's showing you different levels, right? And even though it's just like a fairy tale story, it has some truth on it. But even in that, that's just another man's thoughts. And that man that wrote that story has the same power that you have. And I'm a firm believer that we all can be prophets in our own way and really find out our own truth was meant for us. Your truth might not be like some of the religious people. Your truth might not be like some of the pagan people. So just understand that. And everybody's stories with spirits can be different, possibly than mine. But when I'm telling you what I see, there's so many different types of spirits here. Whether it be humans, fairy type forms, all kind of things. Like certain stories, I would tell you guys this. Some of the mythologies are actually true. Like when they talk about the Minotaur, there are actually spirits I've seen that are like this. And I saw them right in America. I had a friend up in North Dakota, and it was where she was riding near her house. Her house is kind of like in the country, kind of. And not too far from it is a graveyard. And she saw a spirit, and it had like a bull-looking head. And she can see spirits, but sometimes she doesn't understand what they're saying, but I can hear them. And she's like, what is he? And I said, he's a guardian. He says he's one of the guardians over the dead on earth. He's also a protector. And she's like, what? And she's never seen anything like that her whole life. She's always seen like just regular spirits. She's never seen anything like that. And that even shocked me because I never seen that, right? And you can try to Google stuff about it, but certain things are not meant for everybody to see, right? Like the experiences I had, you might not have the same. You might have had better experiences than me or worse experiences. But I'm just sharing this with you guys to like, please wake up, understand the signs, and just know there's different levels of spirits, or different types of spirits, not just some aliens and Anunnaki stuff. There's so many things the omnipresent creator has created beyond belief, heavily. I'm telling you, masculine, feminine energy, God forms, goddesses, as y'all know. Some are how can I say, benevolent. Some of them are malevolent. Some of them are neutral. They all have their place, and if they want to help you, no matter what your culture or whatever you are from, they will help you if they feel called to do so, or if you channel them. It's more about because you're acknowledging them, or they acknowledge something in you that they feel that they resonate with, and that spirit draws to you, right? Even when you're around certain friends or people you date, their spirits might align with you, and their spirits might not align with you. It can really affect your life in a bad way or a good way. So again, also with that, be aware who you let in your life. So even certain family members, you can be family people all day, but sometimes you might have to have a separation or a boundary with your family, especially when you've evolved to a certain age and as an adult, where you've learned what you need to learn, right? Because I'm also a firm believer what I've seen, that sometimes you might not see all your ancestors. And I've had life, death experiences, and you might not see all your ancestors. So when you leave here, when it's time for you to depart to heaven or wherever you feel like you're going, you might just see your uncle and your mom, but you might be like, why I didn't see my dad? Well, maybe your dad is in a darker realm or a lighter realm, or maybe he was just your dad in this life, but you had more incarnations with your uncle and your mom, so they chose to see you in the heavenly states. You understand? People gotta understand, there's not some type of kumbaya fairy tale story you're gonna see every single person that you're with. It really depends, because they have their free will as well, right? Like, you're more likely to possibly even see a friend that was like a sister or a brother to you than your own family members on the other side when it's time for you to part, as we all age. You know what I'm getting with this? You might even see a past life family member from a past life that didn't incarnate here that will see you in the afterlife, right? Be open-minded, be optimistic, right? And everybody desires to evolve in certain cultures and certain times for certain lessons, right? So you might be wondering, why are certain people primitive? They have a certain reason for that. Why are some people more evolved, or why some people are rich? They chose that, but in their next life, they might decide to be regular. It just makes sense. It's all about experiences other than lessons being brought to you to teach you something in case you did something wrong, all right, or good. All right, and I hope I'm not being repetitive. Some of this stuff y'all might know, but my main message on this video, I don't make it too long, was really be aware that there's different spirits. And even if you can't see them, if you're doing candle magic rituals, protect yourself. Even if you're a person, you feel like you're going to church, I'm saying right now, I'm not forcing y'all, but try to be open-minded to really realize there's spirits. I've seen spirits around churches, right? And they're walking around, not really bad. They're just humans. Wonder why they're still here. I'm telling you, there's so many things y'all gotta understand. And some souls, just mainly, they go up, they never come back. But every once in a while, there's some spirits out there just casually walking around, want to do no harm to nobody, just walking around. Like, again, like the cowboy I saw, he wasn't trying to do no harm to me. I was at the gas station, literally. And he had like a long overcoat, long mustache, like you see in the Western movies. He's walking down the highway and he disappears. He had black eyes, but he was a human, right? Because, that's another thing. Certain souls I know, it's as humans, even us, right? Your friend, right? I know we like to talk about aura. Some people, they have a lighter soul. Some people have a darker soul, and some people have a neutral soul. Because I know that some spirits that I see are like a grayish, cloudy color. They're human, but they're translucent, right? They don't show their face. And then there's some spirits that are more, I guess you could say, like, it looks like a shadow spirit, but they're not. They're humans, but they have a dark shadow soul. Like, it's going to look like a shadow soul. And you got some humans that have white, like clouds, very beautiful, very light, right? Now, just because of different colors doesn't mean that necessarily that the soul that looks dark is necessarily evil. They probably just have to go through certain things, or they're here for certain reasons to bring the darker aspects to Earth. And you got some people whose souls are more lighter and some more balanced. And this is outside the aura. So, of course, your aura has colors, but I'm talking about your actual spirit. The reason I said it, I saw one of my own friends. His soul is like literally dark, right? But he means well. He's very good, very intelligent. But he doesn't know that. And it's going to be time before I tell him that, because like some things I see, it's not meant for me to tell everybody, especially if they're not open spiritually to be open to want to hear these things. And that's something that I'm happy I saw, because it just shows me how much this world is full of duality, and how certain souls have incarnated here for certain reasons. Does this make sense? Definitely, because again, back to my friend again, he's a good guy. Just that's what I saw. Again, doesn't mean he's evil. We have to also open our mind up a little bit more. And again, doesn't mean that there isn't like shadow people or things like that. But I'm talking about the human soul, like our souls. Other than the aura, the souls, when I see them, they look different. Especially when souls don't show their human form. Again, some are like a light color, like the clouds. Some are dark and some are neutral. So this is just something I've seen, guys. Whether y'all believe it or not, I don't really care. With all due respect, you're not gonna change my views or what I see. Again, it's also what I know. A lot of people might talk about this, might not. I might be the only one on YouTube talking about it. And if that's the case, then that lets you know that I'm different and you're different. Everybody's not meant to understand what I'm saying. Only the one or two people might get it. That's all that really matters to me. But yeah, man, I just feel like I felt compelled to put that bug in your ear, man. And with that being said, my name is Knight. I might make another video similar to this. And again, I am going to be continuing doing the tarot readings, things like that. But I just, from time to time, as my people who've been here long enough with me know that from time to time I put videos that's informative and just different to talk about. So if you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe. With that being said, be respectful. And I wish y'all the best out there. Blessed be everybody.